look like scientists, because in all the films they all wear these massive white lab coats and goggles. They seem to always be giving lots and lots of facts. I really didn't think that you could talk to them and hear their opinions properly.
My name is Oliver. I study cell biology and developmental biology.
My name's Emily and I've been talking about cancer genetics today.
I'm James and I study the human heart.
My name's Alexander. I am a biomedical engineer and I work on implants for the nervous system.
The Kavli Centre is about creating opportunities to bring scientists, ethicists and the public together at really early stages of science to have conversations and to think together about, is this the type of science we want? Is this creating a world that we want? And who we want to be involved in making the decisions about that.
We're always thinking about ways of doing that creatively, in ways to level the playing field.
So what if we didn't leave it at the 1 hour lecture today? What would happen if we sat down together afterwards and carried on talking? What if we built a pop-up science lab right here, where we could experiment with a different way for us all to connect? Building a pop-up lab, you can either go down the white sterile route, or you can go completely crazy and say, what would happen if we drew the change we wanted to happen in the room by making something bright and colourful and completely unexpected? And that's what we did.
Well, everyone's talking about engaging, but they've got the same standard posters and the same standard format. My hope is people have conversations that maybe we're not even expecting to hear.
Very often with public engagement, it is quite the one-way conversation. But actually, if we ask the question, what are you interested in and what would you like to hear from us? We don't often see opportunities for that, and that's lovely to have that interaction.
Where would you like to see if your work go in the future, in the next 10 years or so? I'm young, my entire future, this is going to be the technology that's leading it. So CRISPR is incredibly important to my future, and being able to hold an opinion on it, being able to know more about it, and actually discussing it with somebody who is at the forefront of researching it, it was incredibly important and I really enjoyed it.
I'm more just interested in understanding, well, what does this gene do? I'm not interested in changing the whole organism. I want to say, oh, what does that gene do? Is that needed for brain development or heart development? That's what I use it for.
It's quite odd that you can see them wearing normal clothes and just acting like other people, because I'm not used to that, as I've only seen things on TV really.
There are very real-world implications of the science, and all of us can be part of the conversation. All of us have a right to be part of the conversation.
When we were told that we were going to be entering a lab full of cardboard, I was really unsure how that was going to look. I'm very much used to the white lab coats and clean lab benches type of vibe, but I think it's incredible. And I think it really helped to break down a lot of barriers that people feel when speaking to scientists.
And the conversations were really engaging, especially actually with often the younger audience. They were really interested to hear about the science, but then they also wanted to know more about my career and my background. And yeah, it was really fun.
Neural implants are a fairly new topic. I don't think there's a broad range of knowledge on what that actually means. As we make technology that's meant to interface with things like your nervous system and with your brain, we need to actually speak to the public about that and hear what they have to say. We aim our work at the medical doctors, but at the end of the day, it's the public who has this technology in their hands.
That we can help scientists talk about parts of their work and parts of their research that might be uncomfortable topics, or they might feel are outside their remit, but are often very central to the reasons that they do science in the first place.
What we asked them to do was not to lead with the science at all, but to lead with something very human. What are their hopes and fears for the future?
We want to be able to pop it up anywhere. It's something we can build together, just like the conversations that we're building together when we sit here.
One of the gentlemen at my table, the first thing he said when he sat down was, oh, what an excellent day it's been, and what an excellent opportunity this has been, and I've loved every second.
I think what I learned today by doing the Hopes and Fears Lab was it really pays to be bold. The scientists really responded to the chance to do something different. The public loved it. They'd never seen anything like this before. And I thought, yeah, people are ready for the conversations and also for the concept. There was connection on every level, and I was delighted by that.